we are back and we are relogged and everything should be good, I hope. I'll eat my cake. It was a good cake. Do I need the Falks with me at this point? Probably not. Pop that spear in position. This is not a good setup for my gear, but if I'm not mining, I'm not mining. Like, I'll know if I need my mining tools out. Other than that, okay, should be good. Wow. What's the temperature in game right now? It is 9:26 on the 9th of September. It is 8 degrees outside. Okay. Not too terribly bad. I'm happy to report, Sheila, that your doppelganger is gone. Oh, now that is a sight to behold. Coming out of the house to this. Gorgeous. These fields are looking good too. Sheila asked me to keep an eye on the field, and if I spot anything ready for harvest, to just go ahead and harvest it. Sheila is not replanting as it's too close to winter now. I mean, well, basically in winter, nothing would survive. But we might be able to get the final harvest done if we play our cards right. But yeah, like the question on whether we could possibly build a city wall, solid question, genuinely solid question. It might well be worth our effort too. Hoshizora, this is going to be real hard with lag. Oh, you got some lag? I'm not experiencing any. Mind you, I guess it does depend on where you're connecting to the server from. Hey, Nine, how's it going, mate? What are you working on in here? Oh, I love that. The sheen of the metal as you move around. Oh, that's beautiful. Such a good looking game. Enjoy your nap, Sheelab. Now, depending on when Sheelab gets up, might get a little bit more time on the server out of me. I'm here for at least the next 2 hours. After that, it largely depends on... Ooh, Eclipse. Aww. 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 Damn it. Oh well. Punch the door in dissatisfaction. I saw the lighting darkening in the cave. I was like, where did my light go? Fair enough. Everyone in chat is like, I was so confused. Bloody clouds. Oh. But yeah, depending on if Sheila gets up and wants to do a little bit more or not, then we may end up getting a couple, another 2 hours beyond the next. We'll see. We will see. What are you working on in here at the moment, Nine? I notice we've got a couple of hammers. Not many of the other tools. We've only got one saw right now. We have got a chisel, though. A soldering iron. A soldering iron? I wasn't expecting that. Going about my business and suddenly night time. And the stars are out. Yep. Just smelting stuff, considering making a new soul. Yeah, I was thinking about the same thing. Another saw would be a good call, honestly. And there's no real reason not to just use copper for that. Have we got enough copper ingots, or are we out? I mean, we could make a bronze saw. Sure. Having a spare in here would make a lot of sense. Sure, if you could pop on the ingots. If you could pop both of them on, I'll make a saw on one, and you can make a saw on the other. After that, I'm thinking of making a couple more hammers, because I am running out of durability on the hammer whilst you're mid-smelt. It sucks. Oh, I know. That's the thing. Knowing a couple of people have been very concerned about the amount of cassiterite we had, though I can't see it in here. There we are. And I was like, actually, you use a very small amount of cassiterite to make an awful lot of bronze. I mean, it's still certainly not something we want to frivolously just, throw away. Like with when Leafy was talking about the arrowheads, yeah, I can see the reasoning behind that. But I just don't. I don't think this is a particularly scarce resource, and I already have a couple of other places lined up for mining cassiterite. So I'm pretty confident that we can afford to make all of this out of bronze. We only got 222 copper nuggets. Okay, well, you know what? Once I've made this saw and maybe another hammer, we'll see about organizing a proper mining expedition. And by that, I mean both miners and builders, because we're going to want to... let's not call them miners and builders. Let's call them pioneers and provisioners. Harken back to ye olde castle goat. And the standard for starting out Nomoria saves that I came up with. The two different skill sets, the provisioners and the pioneers. We will need people who can mine and build, and people who can supply and cook. We are going to make a proper little bunk area over there, a real mining lodge, because this place was pregnant with copper. Massive amounts of copper. I have a big burn going now, but it has been burning far longer than I expected, says Revenge. Takes a day, roughly. Hasselgoat, my first Aavak series. Good old... not gonna lie, there was... I was looking at things recently, and I had a bit of an urge to go ahead and do a new series on Moria. I'm not really sure what prompted it, but right. Let's grab this. Gonna need the hammer as well. Is there only one that I need? Might be. We want a saw blade. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. I'm going to be quite specific about this one. Nine, if you would like to work with me, you're more than welcome to. If you want to take the... if you go on the opposite side from me, you can take the... Well, from my perspective, the left side, and I'll work on the right side. This is one of the only games I am aware of that allows you not only to buddy mine, but to buddy smith. And frankly, that is amazing. If you are particularly coordinated, you might be able to do this with a couple of people. There you go. Marvelous. Uncle says, I played it a little recently, just after I mentioned here that it didn't work anymore. It magically fixed itself. Genuinely think you should check out Ignomia. The more modern kind of rewrite of the engine. It has some issues. It doesn't. It isn't a perfect, remake. The UI is a little bit clunky, but it's a solid. Oh, go back. Solid offering. Really, it's just one stick. Huh. Does anyone have a spare stick? Thank you, Anubis. Didn't realize it was just a single stick. There you go. Meaning to make one of these and pop it in there for a little bit. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much indeed, actually. Wanted to make a hammer as well. And 2 would be better than 1. Have we got fuel enough in the forge to smelt another 2? Oh, what are you working on there? Which ones were they? Oh, tin bronze, nice. Those are... Not sure. Am I good to pour the tin bronze into ingot? Oh, you got it. Cool. Can you quench your stuff in oil or salt water? Honestly, I would much prefer it if you could do stuff like that. Whilst it is a much more complicated system if you start caring about the way you're tempering the metals, I feel that this game would be the game to care about it, you know? Historically, a lot of smithing would have been done in teams. Sometimes the master smith would strike a spot with a hammer to indicate it, and then the journeyman assisting would hit that spot with more force. Really? That is quite interesting. I'm not familiar with how blacksmithing used to be done. The closest I've gotten to that is working the bellows from my grandfather's forge. He was a farrier, and well, he did a little bit of everything. He was one of those kind of old school guys. But mostly he made horseshoes and then shod the horses. Which, considering he did that with one arm, is kind of badass in the most extreme way. Watching someone shoe a horse with one arm is kind of like, it really does put your own life kind of into perspective. You're like, wow, what have I accomplished? Holy shit. All right. Should be able to do 2 of these. Tonk, tonk. Oh, you're back. Welcome back. You know what? They're probably not going to heat up, so. You got the hammer? Oh, you're making plates. Temperature's still rising. Good. I want to get a couple of hammers going. Mine says sometimes even 4 or 5 journeymen. It looks badass. That actually would look amazing. Oh, let me see if I can find the video of those guys making fancy swords where they do it the classical way, aka no power tools. I mean, I'm not unfamiliar with watching blacksmithing being done in the traditional way, because, you know, I grow up in the shadow of one of the biggest castles in Europe. You kind of see your fair share of communities coming over, and there's actually quite a few of them in Wales, like actual like communes where people. It's not like, you know how like Mormons and not Mormons, sorry, Amish, they eschew technology. they're not doing it for any kind of religious or that kind of reason. They're just like kind of want to go back to where things were harder but simpler in weird ways. Like, you know, so they would have mobile phones and stuff like that, but at the same time, their day-to-day was just living in a group, and then you would have a blacksmith and you'd have carpenters, and they lived in houses they made themselves. There's like 3 big ones in Wales, where they live on land where effectively they've got a patron. One of the members inherited a lot of land from their parents and basically decided, yeah, you know what, I see what you're saying about civilization, and I say no. I choose a different path. And you'd get a lot of them coming over for like the festivals in the castle, which is always really cool. I'll be right back. Oh, actually, these... Oh, did they finish? Yeah, they did. I probably should finish these first then. So, yoink. I want to make a tin bronze hammerhead. Do you want to use the other one to make a hammerhead, 9? Oh, I see. That's interesting. It's gonna have to be a very specific way of doing this then. How would we do this? Oh yeah, I can make this work. It's a bit of an interesting little way of doing it, but kind of like it. It's almost like a soccer band puzzle, I think. Because I can't just move that up normally. I have to move it up in a very specific way. Because if I try to move this one up, I think it's too high, so it can't get up there. Really interesting. Really interesting. Oh, you can move the parts that are already in place, can you? Oh, well, then I was making this overly complicated. Fair enough. I thought once they were in place, the game kind of locked them in position. That makes a lot of sense. Makes it a lot easier. I'm going to split these last 2 chunks. Chunk. Is the other one ready? Can we use it? We can! Hooray! Another tin bronze hammerhead. You can start work on that. I'm just going to pick this up so it doesn't despawn or anything silly like that. Just want to make sure that we've got ample tools for the continual crafting. Leafin says, all right, chat, I'm off to bed. Have a wonderful day. And for those that live on the right side of the pond, don't forget to change the time on anything that doesn't do it automatically. Yes, there's a couple of old dicky clocks that I'm going to have to go around and do because they aren't sneaky. They're not pretending to be ow! Scallywag. Just hurls a molten chunk of metal at me. What a scoundrel! Did you not have tongs? I think I might have forgot to. Yeah. Oh, the amount of times that happens, though. The amount of people who've done that. I'm like, ah. Oh, did I stand on? Oh yeah, I stood on those. But, oh no, I'm hungry. Never mind. It's just I am a hungry boy. Right. I'm gonna go and grab myself some food. I'm gonna check in on Shelab's farm one last time. And then, well, maybe come daybreak, we'll head out. So we can use this time to prep. Is there no food ready? Oh, no, there is servings. Servings here. By the way, Shelab said that on the table in her house, there are servings of food that are going to go off in a couple of hours. So, by all means, go and eat your fill. Only go for the ones that are on the table in the house, though, for now. I'm going to go and check on the fields. Make sure they're properly cared for and harvested. That was a different kind of hot potato, yes. That was a very, very hot potato. Now my question is, can I damage crops when I'm using a scythe? Part of me worries that I absolutely can. What just happened over there? Oh, you just chopped down a tree. Okay. And I'll take all of this in. Shelab also said there were a couple of things down here as well. Yeah, there's a shelf with crocs that stuff that'll only last for like 1 or 2 days. All of these ones that'll last for like 80, 90 days, those are for winter supplies. But this shelf right at the back, the narrow one, has stuff that Shelab said, you know, just go and help yourself to it. It's all there and it'll all go off before long, so she would rather see someone actually get use out of it. There we go. There's apparently a bowl with food in there. It is about to run its course. I'll take that upstairs. Bantham, if you're heading back, by all means grab one of the crocs from down in the cellar. The ones that'll only last for a day or two, and just bring the croc back when you're done. She was quite specific. She recommended that people grab it if they needed it, and she would just rather it go to use rather than be wasted, because the alternative is it'll just rot. They're the ones right at the back. Straight down there. Right on the back shelves. Yeah. Pretty much everything there is going off in like a day or two. Oh, I need to deliver the flax. Sorry, the fibers. Wow. We've got quite a lot of fiber in here. Very impressive. Very impressive indeed. Molten tomato. Is that what we were playing? We weren't playing hot potato. We were playing molten tomato. Gotcha. Right. We're out of bowls in the kitchen. Oh, okay. Might want to get another big batch being fired then. I'm fairly certain that Bentham and Derpy don't have a lantern between them, which is a rough place to be. So I've got a one ingot there. Are you using this forge, Revenge? Mangaforge just said, I feel like I'm basically the Linus of this village. Crusty hermit living in a hut on the outskirts, only scurrying into town because my home is under attack or there's free food. Crusty old hermit. Wow. Poor Linus. My goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna quickly... My goodness. Right, well, Bentham, would you like a lantern to keep your crusty old self safe at night? Keep doing that. I'm describing myself. Linus is not crusty, more crunchy because the leaves. What if it's wet season? The leaves won't be crunchy then. They're only crunchy in autumn or an especially brutal winter. Are you also rummaging through the trash? Vanny said, why wouldn't you? Easiest way to get a pufferfish. I will never rummage through the trash in that game. Never. Cool. Oh, I've got some rice seeds of she labs. I'm going to have to take those back. It's kind of annoying. Probably got enough time. I'll be right back. I would love a lantern. That's future tech to me. I will bring you along a bronze lantern, mate. You and Derpy are quite far away. And not having to worry about a light that will go out on you randomly if you get punted into a bunch of water while in a fight is a big, big help. It's also fantastical, you know, if you're done, you don't need it right now, you just attach it to the wall of your house. It casts an incredible amount of light. I want a plate. Where's the plate? Tin bronze, half hammer. Where is the tin bronze plate? Oh, there we are. That definitely needs to. Right, heavy hit. And whoop-pow! Exceptionally satisfying. I could have just rotated that. I should have. By all means, help me make this plate. I would welcome the help. I'll do the, well, from my position, the bottom right corner. Zuni is doing the top. Nuclear Phoenix is doing the left. Again, from my perspective, this should go very quickly. There we go, and now we just split. There we are, fantastic. Oh! Oh no! Thank you very much for the help, I'm sorry. So horrifically wounded. Right, how did we do this again? I think it was this. There we are, bronze lantern for the Bentham. Can hand that over when we go through. Yeah, it launches to the one person without tongs. Actually, that's a good point. You literally were the only person here who didn't have tongs. Wow, game trolling you. Okay. Well, that's perfect. I'm going to go and make a delivery to Bentham. After that, though, I'm going to come back and start going through materials that we're going to need to be able to build a mining lodge on site. Hello. Just came to say I appreciate the streams, Aavak. I'm back to lurking, hopefully falling asleep. Take care, Dove. Hello, hello! Welcome to the stream, first time chatter. Sangheli Lord. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Here you go, mate. Tunk. Big old light behind you. It's just on the wall. You can just right click to pick it up. Look up. Up, 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 up. There you go. You got it. I've not seen you stream before, and you got close enough. You get credit for it, trying. Thank you. I'm happy just to get points for trying, honestly. Let's see. Got a bunch of low fertility soil that I can turn into something a bit more useful. Yep. Okay. Alright. Catch you later, Bentham. Enjoy the lantern. Oh, Clarissa asked me to swing by their place. Sure, I'll run over there now. Sorry, I missed that message. I was very tunnel visioned. I really love the chiseled windows. Fairly certain that must be a quad tree they're using for that. Interesting. Right. Callista's Smithy. Bank of Bloomeries. So many moles. Wow. Oh, that is the proper quenching trough. Tools. This looks amazing. Any tips for the interior? It's kind of hard to say. Tips? No. No, I wouldn't say I've got any tips, honestly. Other than, is that meant to be the main forge? Over here. Well, no, it's a hearth. A forge would be, the size of these. Are you thinking of putting those in that space? I wonder if there's anything like a bellows in here. No, there aren't any bellows. Okay. I wonder if we can find props and stuff in ruins that might be useful. Well, it makes sense for it to be campfires for melting down ores, yeah, but certainly like a bank of forges would also make sense. Well, then where you would have the campfires, yeah. Oh, I like the lantern up there as well, yeah. Maybe some beams across the roof, because this is a very large roof not to have any structural support in the sense of cross beams. It's a very large roof for that. And you can actually use the props, like the actual mine support beams to do that too. You can create some very nice effects using those. But yeah, so far so good. Yeah, I really like it. Like I had to really reach to find anything to comment on for you. It's looking great. I like the use of different types of woods as well. Well, this place is coming together over here too. Pink clay walls up top. Well, not pink clay walls. I imagine that's more. Ooh, I like the wooden support beams there. Really nice. Pink wattle and daub. Yeah, no, that looks great. Oh, the tiny little window there. That looks super nice. Ooh. Is that glass behind? I think it's just chiseled chiseled windows, but oh, it's packed ice as glass. That's clever. Because it had almost a shimmery effect. I was like, is that glass? That is super clever. I really like that effect. Literally frosted glass. Well, that's fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like, have you just done something with layering? Because when you chisel glass, it just removes the kind of the leading around the seams. That's really clever what you've done with that. Very much approve. Right, okay then. Do we have peeps who would like to come on a mining adventure? If so, meet me in the smithy. Yeah, it almost looks like leaded glass, yeah. I would recommend bringing an assortment of tools, including warm clothes, because we're going somewhere where it's going to be a bit, it's going to be chilly up in the mountains. It is actually getting quite chilly now. You know what? It's probably time that I switch over to my warmer clothes. Yeah. I'm gonna go and drop these off. Do we have some around that? I don't know. We might be out. Ray had them. Oh, in the tailors with the pink walls. Okay, there we go. Do we have any more food that we can take? I'm gonna make a bunch of stews for us to take with us. If you've got a bowl, that would be great. If you don't, it's not a problem. I also hope you like turnips and red currants with your meat. Where's the pizza? There we go. Probably going to need more than 2 peat bricks to get the heat going in here, but we'll see. Where's the torch? Is it still outside? Basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fire these. Fire them. Cook these. And we'll just take the cook pots with us. Grown Up Forza asks, does this have Minecraft mechanics? What do you mean? What specific mechanics are you talking about? It's a voxel survival crafter, so it has a lot of similarities with Minecraft, but specific mechanics, I would need to know which ones you're asking after, I'm afraid. I'll drop this off. But if you can bring bowls, that would be amazing. Let's go standard. Like the crafting and stuff. Yep. You do have similar mechanics. So the crafting is it's less put 3 logs or put 2 logs to get sticks. I can't remember the last time I played Minecraft, but let me go for example the saw. To make a saw blade, you actually have to make it pixel by pixel into the shape of a saw on an anvil, and then you just add a stick down there to make a saw out of it. This is a chest created with a saw in the middle and a bunch of planks around that gives you a box. So the crafting is very similar in that regard. Okay, it's not enough hot. Bad. Should have grabbed a couple more. I should get the rest of it cooked. Yeah, crafting is way more involved. Not everything is as involved as smithing is, but quite a lot of stuff is like you leave it to ferment. You have to soak it, or you need to seal it in barrels for a certain amount of time. It is a significantly more involved game in that regard. Slight protection for slight mishaps. When you say mining, we should have space for stuff, right? Yes, but we don't need to specifically have carrying space. If we have storage space, like if we can bring a couple of chests, then what we'll do is we will put them in the mining lodge, and then we can just ferry loads of ores up to the lodge. Is that going to be hot enough? So yeah, this is another thing, is for example, this cooks once it's over 200C. Right now the fire is cooling, but it's still hot enough to continue cooking it, for example. Just because the fuel is gone doesn't mean that this suddenly stops being hot. And the last bits of the cooking are happening quietly alongside. That one will do as well. This one is probably exactly the same place. That one might need a tiny bit more. I don't know. We will see. Is that going to manage to finish cooking before this drops too low? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Right, got plenty of food. Got some spare weapons. Picks, a prospecting pick so that we can hunt. I don't need the gears and I don't need my watch. If we can get a... Oh, sorry, Anubis. If we can get a couple of chests, then that's going to be great. Definitely bring an array of tools with you, because we're likely going to be doing a little bit of everything. Of course, picking up some flint along the way shouldn't be too much of a problem. I'm going to go and drop off my gear. I'm just going to stow it in She Labs for now. Should be safe there. Yeah, the progress of technology is very, very fun. Like, you can't punch a tree in this game. Like, you actually can't. You definitely can't punch a rock. Instead, you need to develop the correct tools, and that's kind of a big deal. It takes a lot of effort to get into the metalworking, like on any level. Hopefully Sheila won't mind if I just nab a little bit of storage space in here. That should be okay. There we go. Yeah, the effort to get your first mining pickaxe is huge. It can take hours of work, especially if you're a new player. If you're a bit more seasoned and you're lucky with your world gen, so you manage to find the copper nuggets initially nice and quickly, then you might have it a little bit sooner. But it's always going to be a bit of a long process. Pottery is a huge amount of fun, and napping flint blades and stuff. Mangabook said, yeah, I've been on the server for many hours and I still haven't reached the point where I can mine stone yet. No, it's... I mean, well, you can, Bentham, but the stone you mine is the little pebbles on the beach. These. Like right here. So you do something like that and then suddenly you've got a stone. I'm going to pop it back down. Pop it back up. So Bentham is currently restricted to mining like that. And that'll get him some stones. Whereas those of us with picks can actually go into a mine and mine the stone. Okay. I will say I am now ready. This is not a game where you need to play it with a group. It is a lot faster if you play with a group. But only because when one person is out gathering wood, another person can be out hunting or gathering berries. Like, a lot of this game is about surviving against the elements rather than just building stuff. Like Minecraft, how do I put this? The survival components of Minecraft are in addition to the building part of Minecraft. And because they're kind of the thing that's added on, they're not as interwoven into the experience of Minecraft. Like the need to eat, the fighting things, you know, those are things that are kind of in the way of you building. Whereas in this, the survival elements are kind of the core part of it. The building, that being said, is gorgeous. You can do stuff in this game that you cannot in Minecraft on any level, even with mods. I think it's fair to say that the level of detail that you can get to in this game is in excess of it. That being said, you know, some of the mods on Minecraft, I haven't played Minecraft in a long time, so some of the mods are probably amazing, and I just haven't seen, you know, quite how far it's come along. But then this game at base is this. Like, you know, the windows over there were literally made. Let me go and quickly showcase. These windows were chiseled out of the block face. Now, I know that there are mods that allow that sort of thing in Minecraft, but this is base game. And then there are mods that allow you to do the equivalent, like, difference between like base game Minecraft building and like the things you could do in Minecraft when you have the chiseling mod on it. There are mods in this game that kind of take it a step further in the same way, from what I've been told. So it really does. It is a pretty game, is what I'm trying to say. It isn't like this is all just survival focus, and it isn't a buildy game. It is definitely a buildy game. But in addition to that, it also has a strong survival mechanic. Like the landslides and so on and so forth. That's a really good way of putting it, Mangle Pork. That's a really good way of putting it, actually. In Minecraft, you survive so you can build. In Vintage Story, you build so you can survive. Yes. Nuclear Phoenix says, the Minecraft mods are also so insanely resource intensive that making 10 chisels and bits creations in Minecraft drops performance more than modding an entire mountain. Molding an entire mountain. Yeah, no, that's true, because Minecraft's engine wasn't designed with that in mind. People have just really pushed the limits of it in amazing ways. But that's why this is a separate game. The makers of the Terra Firma Craft mod in Minecraft eventually came to the realization that Minecraft as an engine wasn't going to allow them to really realize their vision for what they wanted to make. And so they basically, kind of struck the earth and went off on their own, designed their own engine, which built from the ground up to support the kind of vision that they were trying to make. Yeah, really glad Terra Firma Craft got a glow up. Yeah, no, absolutely. The game does have otherworldly elements in a sort of there is a kind of a dark past sort of thing. There are enemies in the game, not just like wolves and bears, but there are eldritch horrors. Akin to your Enderman and stuff like that. But there's more of a story here. However, before just in case that doesn't interest you and you're like, oh, that's a shame because I really wanted just a surviving game, you can turn that off. From what I understand, not only can you turn off all of the in-game lore and previous civilization ruins and stuff, but you can actually, at least through mods, I've definitely seen mods that remove the spawning mechanic for the enemies, like the drifters and kind of mechanical constructs entirely. Right. Are we ready to go? Is 9 ready to go? I got tools, light, a torch, and a bowl. Anything more I need? No, probably not, actually. I think you're good. I have got to make some bowls for myself. That's fine. You go ahead and do that. Anubis and Revenge, good to go on your parts? Other than that, we should be all right to move. Ooh. Akira just said hard crash to home screen. Not nice. You know what? I just had a crash as well. This is weird. Like, we've been playing for what? 10 hours without issues and just had a crash there at the same time. I wonder what happened. Either way, let me boot it up again. Ready to go, crash. It seems the gods are trying to send us a sign. Yeah, I generally have not had... this is in early access, by the way, just to be very clear on that. Byron Kelly said Leafin was getting a lot of crashes today. It is probably the early access component of the game, despite the fact that it is so... Like, it does a lot. It achieves an awful lot. It is early access, and sometimes it's easy to forget that. But... in regards to... the like resource intensiveness and definitely the multiplayer side of things, it is well optimized for being in early access, but it is still in early access. And some people say that fires, like big forest fires, kind of lag their PCs a bit. So there are, you know, it definitely has a couple of lumps and bumps, which I'm sure will get filed out and ironed smooth with time as they get closer and closer to their 1.0 launch. But in the... How many hours now have I streamed this for? We had something like 16-ish, 17 hours in total the first day. Then I had another one for an extra 7 hours. And then now for coming up to 11 hours. And I've crashed twice, which, as things go, I don't mind too much. Multiply. It's that limiting hardcore server grinders rule from earlier. What? How you doing, Moddy? I didn't notice you sneak in there. Welcome on in. Right. Want to know if I have time to wait for the shovel to cool down. Yeah, where are we on bowls? GB, were you waiting for bowls to fire, or were you just saying that you're going to need to make bowls later? Because we can share bowls. That's not a problem. Oh, you've got a bowl. Cool. No, you do have time. What's the time of day right now? It's 2 p.m. You've got time, though, if you want to quickly get that shovel to cool. That doesn't typically take too long. Wow, this is kind of a good bop here. I like this bop. Monty, I forget. Have you played much Vintage Story before? It feels like this is a moddy game. It's definitely a base game option, taking away all the ruins, lore, rifts. Oh, oh, really? Tailspin again? That's fantastic. If the rifts and horrors are also removed by our option, that's fantastic. I feel that that's even a bigger point in favor of the game. Because if you just want a survive in the wilderness kind of survival crafter, then yeah, you can click that button and you're done. It removes the ruins, the lore, the rifts, the horrors, the storms, the temporal stability, the Homo sapiens setting. No mods required. The lore and story elements are amazingly well done, though. I agree, strongly agree on that, actually. I really enjoy it. In fact, that's probably one of the big things that I enjoy about the game is it has that, and it's not just Herder, we've got monsters. We need a reason for the monsters. What do you mean we need a... Well, we kind of need a reason, though, because it's like a survival game. Post-apocalyptic shenanigans. Oh, okay, yeah. Are we going with flavor A or flavor B? Let's be spicy. Let's go both. Flavor C. You know, some games it feels like that. Like that's the depth that they go with the story. But with Vintage Story, it actually, like, no... I think the very least chat are very familiar with the fact that I'm geeking out about the lore massively. Like the moment I see ruins, I'm not thinking, haha, cool, new shiny gear. I'm thinking I might find a book and then I can read the book. And it has such a cool story. I want to know what happens to Jonas Falks. What did he do? What horrors did he create in order to save the world? Why was his solution worse than the disease? And how was it worse than the disease? When did he work out it was worse than the disease? Why is he seeing shifting worlds when he closes his eyes? Oh, God. It's so cool. Yeah, the lore is sprinkled out there kind of like a Souls-like game. Yeah, no, 100%. All right, if we're all ready, meet me over... Oh, okay, well, I've gone the wrong way. Meet me over here, because we're going to be heading out more or less from, is it Hoshi? Or Hoshi? Hoshi's home. We'll be setting off from this point, because it's a little bit stabler. Molly said, I played Terraformacraft way back when, but didn't end up playing the standalone. It really is amazing, mate. If you get a chance, I really think you'd enjoy it. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Gamba? What is this Gamba? I have not authorized the Gamba. Why is there a Gamba? Oh, I bet it's going to be a Gamba on how quickly I'm going to die again, isn't it? I will laugh if I immediately got murked by the wolf mother as I walked up to that pup before people had even had a chance to gamba. What are you gambling on? I need to know. Will Aavak survive this mining expedition? I feel that this should have been emphasized to really get the point across. Will he make it this time? Who knows? Will hubris cost him his life yet again? Will he decide to mine too deeply and too greedily? Can he resist the urge? No, he probably cannot. He'll know that he should turn back, but he just won't. He'll even bring it up. Be like, yeah, you know, we've got a lot of good stuff right now. Maybe we should turn around. See that flash tank over there? Oh. The flash tank decided it wants... Oh. Aavak is turning around. Flash tank has decided it wants a piece of Aavak. No! Disapprove. It sees me. I'm not playing with a moose. I'll let someone else play with the moose. I refuse to be party to Moose Aboose once again. I've died once before to the moose of Moose Mountain, and Mai has died like 2 or 3 times this stream to the moose of Moose Mountain. I feel it's had its blood sacrifice. We have paid up. We are card carrying, not to be messed with members of the Moose Squad. Please leave us alone. There is a loose moose about this hoose. No one saw it. I'm 100% amazing at not falling in giant pits and then summoning eldritch horrors. Never happened. I've learnt well from Tilly. If you miss a jump, you didn't miss the jump. And everyone who thinks they saw you miss the jump didn't see you miss the jump. If they understand this, they may live to not see you miss a jump again in the future. If not, there are no guarantees. What even is jumping? Exactly. Exactly. Good lord, that was a big slide. You okay over there? I feel maybe I shouldn't have led you guys up into the mountains. It's not safe for you here. Yeah, Morty, you need to join us. I think this would definitely be up your alley, mate. There is a moose over there. Is it a dead moose? Sunset. Don't worry, that is totally not a sign that we are in dangerous times. It was a dead moose. You see, on one hand, that means that we don't have the problem of having to deal with the moose. But on the other hand, and this is the one I really want you to consider, chap, is that what are we going to have to deal with instead? I'm not sure I want to find out what was able to kill the moose. Oh god, is this one dead too? I'm starting to think that isn't a sunset, that is simply an omen. This is a bad time. Dave was here, yes. Okay, moving on. We haven't had any messages about a temporal instability, have we? There isn't a temporal storm on the way, is there? Okay. Got one malefactor. One, two clockmakers. A hunter. And a commoner. Everyone stare at the commoner. That's right. Okay. Right. Feudalism. Right. We haven't got too much further that we need to go. Let's mark this. Right. No, don't delete that reading. Mark this. There we are. And remove that one. Start heading this way now. The path up to the mining site is a lot easier from this side because it's shallower. Otherwise, we would have to go over the mountains and that's a bit rough. This music is quite loud right now, though, which shocks me. Oh, because I crashed. Makes so much sense. That's why it was suddenly so loud. There we go. Now you can hear the rich soundscape of the wind whistling past our ears as we climb ever higher in 14 degrees C. No blackguard at the party? Who will eat all of the food? That being said, I've got a blackguard sword, so I'm an honorary blackguard. start curving south now. I don't believe we have any spare torch holders, I'm afraid. You're welcome to make one, though. You know, let me equip that. It's going to be so much easier for everyone to see. I'll hold it in my offhand. Oh, that's a good point. Did anyone think to bring healing gubbins? Now, the tricky part of what we're about to do... Uh-oh. Don't think about it. Goats hit hard. Goats really hit hard. The tricky part about what we're about to do is that we need... where's the way down? I think... Right. Have you found... Where are they? Where are they attacking from? Because that'll be the way down. There we are. Down. We actually want to go down there. Sad to say. Whatever that is. Oh, it wasn't, actually. There should be a spot around here somewhere. Trying to find her at night is a bit rough, but... Winged Ruin and I had a little spot prepped. Okay, let's deal with the attackers first, because they will just swarm us otherwise. And we can dish out an enormous amount of damage. Anubis, we're over here, mate. Someone needs food. We've got food aplenty. Shiver. Okay. More coming. I want to find out where they're coming from, really. On the plus side, lots of gears, I guess. It always sounds so dramatic when people are like, ah, I'm dying. Do you want to quickly carve up these corpses? Where was it? Was it this one or this one? It might have been this one, actually, that we dug at. Anubis, I've got some healing. Let me come up to you. Go. I think there's a rift close by, and that's what's causing so many aggressors all at once. Yeah, I can hear it. Okay, watch out. There is a Botor out here. Ah. Someone got sniped by the Botor. Hello. Yeah, I hear you. Well, it's the pity for you, eh? It's down. Okay. Okay, who do we just lose? We lost Revenge. All right. The irony of Anubis being close to death and being one of the ones that is alive. All right. Let's cluster on 9 for now. We might have to do an escort mission to get them back down here. The problem is the Botors are pelting us from far, and they do hit hard. Okay. This area is temporally unstable, sadly. Either that or there's just a rift really close by. Can't quite tell, but... Really? Go and take care of the boat so quickly. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's the rift they're pouring out of. Okay, that makes so much sense. That's why we're having trouble. There is literally a rift just there. Relatively confident in my ability to win a fight against these things, but... Oh, it's gone. Yeah, let's go and... Their stuff has got a bit of time before it'll despawn. It's got 30 minutes, but we are going to need to go and bring them over here. I think might be wise. Let's drop a quick marker. I'm gonna mark town. Okay. Because right now we're just hemorrhaging health points. Oh, never mind. GB's already gotten here. Nice work. Okay, Revenge, if you want to make a move over here then, you should be able to get here, and probably by the time you arrive, it'll be daytime. Because it's what? No, actually, it's midnight. I'll try. Lots of stuff. Just run. In the meanwhile, I can quickly throw up a little place for us. It's kind of turned into a bit of a saga, didn't it? I'll just have to pull this down afterwards. Taking more damage to landfalls than anything else. Okay, that's it for my dirt, sadly. Need to gather some more. I'm very confident in my ability to survive the creatures out here. It's just, it's going to be a pain. It's going to take us a bit of time to get everything done. Oh. Gonna need a little bit more. But we're basically safe over here for when you get here. Revenge. Your gear is just outside. Then we'll tear down this shelter and move on. We're gonna want different materials anyway to make a proper lodge. Initially we'll just make it out of dirt, but later we're gonna want something a little bit more long-lasting. At least we're making out of packed dirt though, so it is stable. Claustrophobic, but stable. There we go. One more sound. Are any of you hungry? So, there's a crock. Go ahead and grab yourselves a bowl. It can't get in. Whoever's torch that was, there you go. I'll just leave my lantern there for now. Actually, I could put my lantern over here instead. Gives us plenty of light in here. I've got someone's flint spear. And someone's arrow. I think that's what Lubus is. Oh, nice chest. That crock is now empty. Pop it in there. Oh. That is revenge. Get in. Okay. Get out there. I'll kill whatever's around here. Did you get your stuff, Revenge? I'd recognize that instrument sound anywhere. Couldn't tell you what instrument it was, but... Man, stingy. Stingy drifters today. Right. Yeah, I can pop down a cook pot for you. There you go. You'll need a bowl. If you don't have a bowl, I can throw a bowl to you as well. Pop the cook pot down again. Oh, that wasn't helpful. It bounced off my lantern. I think GB picked up my bowl, so they'll have to toss it to you. Oh, the bowl's in the chest. Okay. Oh, you lost your bowl as well. My bad. Eat your fill. What's the time? 2. That's okay. Wholesome with my braided beard. Yeah, wasn't as easy as I'd hoped to locate the entrance to the mine, Tailspinner. So I like to think you're wearing a pineapple on your head. Why would I be wearing a pineapple on my head instead of eating the delicious pineapple? No, the pickaxe icon on the map was actually the highlight deposit. I'm fairly certain the mine is going to be somewhere around here. Possibly even over there. If I recall correctly, yeah, it's probably somewhere there. Feels like the game deleted half my stuff before I get back. The game won't delete things on the floor for 30 minutes now. If you want, we can go out there and try and look for it. I mean, I've got a lantern. Can I get my bowl back, Revenge? Oh, you've already put it back in there, thank you. Having a full stomach allows you to heal a lot faster. That was me, sorry. I've summoned the wolves. The wolves are on their way. Rip us. Okay. Did you manage... Like, what are you missing, GB? Has it been 30 minutes since we got over here? It hasn't even been 30 minutes since Demi Derp says Dave was here, so it's definitely not been 30 minutes since he died. It's only been 9 minutes since someone mentioned that we were throwing up an emergency shelter. Yeah, the 30-minute Gamba is still open, so we definitely have time. That was set up when we first launched, so you know what? Let's get out here and have a look. Dawn is on its way. Things may have stopped spawning. I don't remember exactly where you died, but we'll have a look. Did you manage to get all of your backpacks back? Because it could be... Oh, someone's picking up a bunch of stuff. Do you remember where you went down? Revenge says this looks like yours. Well, no one else went down, so if it isn't your stuff, Revenge is GB's then. It's plenty bright enough now for me to properly look around for the entrance to the mine, though, so... Yeah, use the chest to swap things around. I'm going to start hunting for the mine entrance. There was definitely a path over that I took. Over a steep sandy kind of wall. Because that's where... Okay, that bow is there for mine. Yeah, there we are. Your stuff is fine. You got it. I was going to say, you know, I specifically went to the effort of making sure that stuff did not despawn too quickly for that reason. Because as we move further and further away, it would seem increasingly bad in a kind of like a hardcore survival game where making technological progress is so incredibly grueling to have your stuff disappear because a timer ran down. Really, game? Come on. Right, we've got a Botor over here. Watch out, they are going for you. Got it. Got it. Yeah, this is the place. Okay. Perfect. Found it. it is exactly where I thought it would be on the map. Watch out, that goat could decide to unalive us at any moment. Oh, yeah, it decided it. Oh, is it a bighorn sheep? No, it's, yeah. Bighorn ram. Okay, this area is temporally not bad, actually. The more I move in this direction... okay, so somewhat safe. Okay, we want to get a better path through. Because we don't necessarily want to start here. This is the way down. These are my rope ladders. They're a good start. But this, right where I'm stood, is temporally unstable. Your temporal gear will start working its way down just standing there. Right, we need to make this safer. Right now. Because the last thing we want is to take a load of damage trying to get away. Because what we need is a route back somewhere where it's going to be safe for us. Where our temporal stability can be restored. So let's just get down to the solid stone. Honestly, I could just dig my way through it, but let's do it this way instead. Right. Watch out for the stability of the tiles. Yep. Cave-ins are dangerous. That was no longer a danger. Right. Watch out up top, because this could cause... Yeah. Oh, you know, it's working, actually. We're getting there. Let's make it a too wide. If we had some clay, we could make cobblestone. Brick. What does temporal stability mean? Is it like radiation? You could think of it like radiation if you wanted to. That's not a bad way of thinking about it. Basically, there are... The temporal stability is the blue cog in the middle of my hotbar. And when that is going down, you can sort of think of it like a sanity meter, but it's not really sanity. It has similar sort of effects. You need to find somewhere where it's temporal. Look around for a place where the cog is moving clockwise on your screen. There should be somewhere around here like that. But you can sort of think of it like sanity. It's not quite what it is, but it has deleterious effects to your environment. Things start getting a little bit rougher for you. The walls start to wibble and wobble. Your vision blurs, starts getting more kind of a sepia sort of color. And then moving on from there, I'm not finding anywhere that's particularly temporally stable. The more it decreases, the worse and worse and worse that effect gets, until you reach a point where you are so unstable that you start to bleed out of this kind of existence and merge with another. You will start seeing enemies that other people can't see, but they can hurt you. They exist for you. They just don't exist for someone else because you're moving ever closer to their dimension, because you're growing ever more untethered from this area. So in a way, you could sort of think of it like Don't Starve, where, you know, if you stay too long in the darkness, it gets worse and worse, and then you actually start taking damage. It's kind of a similar deal. Charlie is real. Yeah, it's kind of like two realities are merging together, yeah. Which is bad for us. Let's tear down the shack we've got over here. We want to rebuild it in a better way elsewhere. Closer to, well, not right on top of the mine, obviously, because it's temporally unstable, but nearer to the mine so we can make a rapid exit and get somewhere safe. Also, I need to cough. But yeah, it's like two realities are merging or overlapping. Yeah, exactly. Right. Okay. Now, with all that done, I've got a bunch of this soil, which I don't need. I want to pick that up. Let's grab you. Right, if you could grab the box, that would be fantastic. I'll grab that. Actually, is there anything in there? No, there's not. Okay, cool. And someone can grab the crude door. Okay, we'll head back this way. Now, we should probably make somewhere big enough that we're not cramped. I wonder if the butterflies signify a good place. I know that I went up to the top of that mountain for when I fled. I don't really notice about any kind of temporal stability happening here. Oh, I would only notice if it became a little bit unstable. Okay. All right. Whereas if it's full, you will only ever see it spin counterclockwise when you're in an unstable area. All right. All right. Well, at the very least, we can go ahead and we can make a bit of a place over here. Should we take down this area and just make this a proper lodge? Or like, do we want to tear this down, perhaps? It's a little bit of extra work for us, and it's already what? Well, it's very early in the morning, so we should be okay. Yeah, so many butterflies. I kind of feel like the butterflies... You know what? Let's trust the butterflies. Let's trust the butterflies not to lead us astray. We'll build our base camp over here. I'll start work on it. Initially, it's not going to be much, but it'll be a bit of something. We want a foundation. I could sink the foundation down, but I would rather have the foundation be built up. Later on, we will work on this, make it look better. Right now, we just need something that'll work. First, this is like the, well, skirting, I guess. Then 2 up. That will be the height of our windows and such. And then the roof up here. That should make for a nice room for us. Not sure how big we want it, but let's not plan for it to be too claustrophobic, and there's no need for it. The dig crew are probably going to have so much gubbins so quickly that we are going to be absolutely fine for materials. And especially if we make the walls this tall, then any windows are already going to be too tall for enemies to properly interact with. So we don't need to worry about that as much. Yeah, nice big double window at the back. Can I use the sand? I can't. Shame. Arid packed dirt. Well, there's Flint on my call. Okay. Managed to survive the whole night fighting monsters. Died to a mudslide. Nine, before you head out, there should be a bunch of healing pulses in the chest in Origin Cave. You can bring clay as well if you want, yeah. If anyone would like to go and chop down trees, by all means. We can definitely make use of the wood in this build. I'll pick up whatever things I can there. We can have some high windows on the sides, maybe. Yeah, if you can't find the clay, just go ahead and make your way over here. I'm going to be making use of your copper shovel whilst we wait. Risky. This mining crew is dangerous. I think this will be a big enough room for us initially. We can always expand it further in time. Be careful, don't get crash time trying. I'm trying so hard, Demon Star. Well, thank you very much for dropping by, mate. How you doing? There's a storm coming? Oh, God. All right. Do we want to head back for that? Do we want to head back for the storm? I mean, Noin has to get here no matter what, so we're staying here for that. But a medium temporal storm would be rough. I'm not thinking about us. I'm thinking about the group back home. Do we want to go back to help protect the home base? Once again, I'm fairly confident in my abilities to survive out here. I'm armored. I'm armed. I'm much more of a danger to the temporal storm than it is to me. However, our cozy cave back home, well, that's a different matter entirely. Nice use of this. Very, very nicely done. Great big respect on that one. Huge, massive amounts of respect. That is a beautiful tunnel. That will make it even better. I am doing quite well, thank you very much for asking. Very well indeed, in fact. 8-9, you're almost here, mate. Oop. Head on through. I've got a couple of your gubbins. Just pick up your backpacks and then I'll hand you everything that's in my inventory that shouldn't be there. Okay. This is yours, most definitely. These are yours, most definitely. I'm very certain that leather backpack is yours. That is yours. These are yours. And the lantern is yours. Is there anything in... Oh, God. A bajillion flint, apparently. Anything else jumping out at you? Oh, or height. There you go. Oh, could you quickly use that flint to make me a flint shovel head? All right. Group, I'm going to make an executive decision. I am heading back to camp because I feel that camp is going to need our help more than we need it over here. We should be safe here. If I'm perfectly honest, I'm pretty certain we would do fine. But oh, no, one more thing. Your pickaxe. Copper pickaxe. There you go. But yeah, we're gonna head home. Let's get on the move because it's gonna be here soon. I'm gonna need a quick... Oh, 9, one more thing. Your bowl. Yeah. Right, is everyone ready to go? Have we got everyone together as a group? Leaving no one behind. We're leaving one person behind. Chop, chop, chop. Come on, ducklings. Need you in a row. Going in the same direction, please. Wow. Okay, let's go. No time to waste. I'm going to take the best path that I can see. It may not be perfectly safe, but it's the fastest to get me back in time to help out in the defense. Anubis is lost. Okay, you... Okay, Anubis, can you make it back to the... Oh, goodness. You guys go... You should be able to make it back, because you all know the path. Oh, no, I can see Anubis, I think. I think I can see Anubis. Thank goodness. Is that you, Anubis? It is not. It's Bantam. Okay. I'm not going to leave Anubis. Bantam, if you could lead them back to camp, that would be fantastic, because the storm is going to be rough. This is going to be our first medium. I'm going to try and find Anubis. How did we lose you? How on earth did we lose you, Anubis? I'm sure you would be good. No doubt, but I don't want to leave you behind anyway. You can find your way back. I was looking for wood to cut. Oh, right. Okay. Anubis, are you near the mine? Because if you are, I'll wait for you. We haven't got long to make a move. So I'm going to start moving slowly in that... Oh, hey, Bantam. So it's surprisingly intense music really for it. All right, let's make a move. Don't die on me, Anubis. I'll never forgive myself. Actually, I will. I'll forgive myself pretty quickly. But until I do, I'll be inconsolable. Oh, it looks like I'm actually a little bit faster than Bantam. I'm kind of surprised by that. What class is Bantam? Oh, Bantam is a commoner too. I wonder if well, no, commoners shouldn't have a movement malice. Do clock makers have a movement buff? 10% movement speed. Okay, yeah. Got it. Bantham's head. Oh, that is a dangerous area to be jumping around on. I said, the fields. What? Oh, thank goodness. I was terrified that you were going to say, they're on fire. I was going to be very, very deeply, deeply sad. Where's up here? Oh, this is actually a good way to go. I have to get past all of the angry sheep, but should be okay. There's a ruin over here. I had no idea. Huh. No idea. Oh, curious. Okay, for the sake of Gamba, I didn't actually see the specific way the Gamba was worded. However, we're going to assume that it's currently on hold. Oh, wait, rabbit. Move. I may have trapped myself. Which would be rather unfortunate. I've made a new path. Never mind. It was completely intentional. Everything I do is intentional. No mistakes. Never once. Anubis has made it back. Fantastic. I need to have a look at these glorious fields from up here. Can I see them? I can't quite see the fields, sadly. But I do see a lot of beautiful stuff. Well, maybe I could get over there. Can I brave Moose Mountain? There's some sheep, which is fine. Sheep shouldn't be as much of a concern. They're still not perfectly safe, but I can always try and scooch around them. Right now, the Gamba is on pause, so if I die to sheep, that doesn't count. Oh, that is pretty. That is actually very pretty, yeah. Nice and windy up here. Almost feels like Skyrim in a way. Oh, the sheep completely ignored me. Murking Binary Cali, though. Churt Ashlar blocks. Wow. Oh, this is their place. Nice, nice, nice. I get it now. Okay, well, while we're here, go ahead, drop things off, equip properly. Maybe pick up some wood if we've got spare. There's enough light around the town now. We should be okay to fight here. I never ever fall. I just ascend rapidly. We've got stupid amounts of wood. Let's grab a couple of those. Stupendous amounts of wood. Do we want all the walnuts? Yeah, I'll just take a bunch of walnuts. That'll do. This will also allow us to do a couple of other bits of... do we want to mix a load of Do we want to make a bunch of support beams? We might do. Probably going to have to, actually. Yeah, light won't block temporal storms. That is sadly not how that works. It'll block regular mob spawns, but not temporal storms. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. If we've got enough clay, we could always make bunches of cobble here. All right. Oh, here we go. Oh no. Oh, never mind. Sorry. False alarm. I thought the music was changing to combat music. Here it is. I'm going to bring the saw with us. It's the least prepped saw, so it should be fine for us to grab. Be sure to grab spare pickaxes, spare axes, all kinds of stuff like that. Wow, display case. Nice. Someone has been busy. All right. It is about to get a bit nasty out here. I forget if the medium storms will spawn more things or tougher things, but I fancy tougher is more likely. So be prepared for that. I've got a bow, an arrow for someone. Not sure whom. I need firewood. Axe. Okay, reality is starting to bend and warp. Definitely need to repair this. Repair your armor, especially if you've got wooden lamellar armor. You can repair it with firewood. Oh god, it is really going hard. We're properly in Silent Hill now. Now, if anyone espies a locust, call me, because I want to try and turn it into my friendo. I've got my special locust prodding prod stick. Though I don't think we... Oh, actually, that's a good thing there. Notice how it's flashing? We're all able to see it this time, but that is what they look like when it's just because your stability is so low that you are breaching the thin membrane between our world and theirs. And no one else is, as far as I'm aware, other people can't see that, only you do. Ooh, shivers behind us, shivers behind us. Kill them. They are going to be rough. They hit hard, so if you don't have armor, stand behind people who do. I am not going to be gathering. So if anyone else wants to, you're more than welcome to. Good healing poultices. Yeah. Nice one. Has anyone got a couple that I could grab as well? Thank you. Lifesaver. Right. There is a landslide. That is not a good time for something to happen. Ooh. Oh, Lord. Okay, it got in. That was a mistake. I tried to close it before it did, but that was a corrupted drifter. Now that one is definitely worth a salvage. Ooh, behind us. Can't get a good sight on it. Notice how they sound. Everyone sounds different, by the way, as well. Also, your text gets freaky as well. But the really cool thing here is like everyone's voices are very messed up. It's not just visual. It's auditory. It's language. Everything in a temporal storm is completely messed up. How's everyone doing for health? Food here if you need it. Empty. Okay. The sad thing about this happening at night, we can't see Dave. That one spawned right on top of me. Is that an albino shiver? Huh. Interesting. Anyone wants a Falx forged in the midst of a temporal storm? It's got glorious time anomalies with the metal. I would love the idea if that actually happened, but that isn't real, right? You're just making that up. Because if not, that's amazing and I want one. But, like, that would be fantastic. Making something during a temporal storm, actually giving it weird temporal qualities. Right, does anyone need more HP? I'm gonna leave those there just in case. I'm gonna open the door again. I swear there's more of them. It's dead, it's dead, it's dead. I have not picked up arrows, no. I'm starting to wonder if these things only get inside because someone opened the door and they are otherwise just invisible waiting outside. Because they only seem to spawn inside when someone has opened the door to look for something. I tested that a little bit earlier. I opened the door, nothing was out there, closed it, waited for a few moments, suddenly 3 shivers manifest inside. I'm saying they can spawn inside, but it's such a... Oh no, that time it definitely wasn't anything like that. It just seemed like such a weird coincidence. One spawned in the smithy with me and Revenge while we were both forging with the door closed. Oh, that's an awkward time. Well done. We're alive. Alive. Okay. Oh, that was certainly an interesting one. Ow. Paint did drift to that one. Wow, what a jackpot right at the end there. Got us a temporal gear. What's the best place for it? Oh, well, okay. I was excited for a second, but apparently, well, it's not necessary. If I do get this game, I am probably hiding in the corner during this storm. Yeah. No locusts to befriend. I know. Super sad about that. Dapper Dragon, you can turn off the kind of the otherworldly stuff and make it just a pure survival game. Plain old survival, no like secret lore, no craziness about drifters or anything. Just honest to goodness survival game, if that's what you want. I picked up one arrow from somewhere. Mango Pork says, yeah, in single player, I hide in a tiny box room, too small for them to spawn in. No, you do what you gotta do, you know? Alright. Anubis, there you go. Alright. Not a bad temporal storm. Glad we came back for it, though. Okay, then. Are we ready to set back out again? Oh, my lord. Is it time again for another tea break? How is this happening? Chat, who keeps stealing all of my time? Yeah, Gamba's going to resume after tea break, I think. I am loving this house here. It looks so good. The inside is still very clearly a work in progress, but damn does the outside look amazing. Nuclear Phoenix, I'm glad I don't work tomorrow. It's 1 a.m. and I am not at all ready to get off the vintage story. Fair. Totally understand that. Alright. Well, I'm going to go quickly on a tea break. So, mine crew, you got some time to grab some resources. I recommend getting, if we can, the clay needed to turn all of the stone that is available to us into cobble. That would be my recommendation. It seems to be floundering. Oh, there's a couple of them. Stop pretending. You're lying to us. That one was actually trying to play dead. That's the first time I've seen that so far. Glad to have actually seen it now. That one was acting like it was dying to lure us in. Have a munch. What a scoundrel. Oh, nice. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. I'll finish using my almost broken bronze pickaxe, but I'll switch then over to the copper ones. That's amazing work. Ooh, and lanterns too. Oh, this is super great. My inventory is almost full though. I'm just going to let you know. All right. If you can get a bunch of clay, then we can head out and we'll be able to put together cobble blocks. And if nothing else, as long as we finish the mining lodge, we can start doing everything else from there. Oh, no worries, Nine. You have a good sleep, mate. You have a good one, buddy. Thank you very much for the company so far. Right, I'm going to hop into bed so that the Daplings, should they wish it, can jump into bed if they need to. And when we return, we will finally get back to down there. And maybe we'll even actually get our mining lodge on the go. We will see. Back soon.